This is one of the most wild true crime stories I have ever heard, and it seems like all of the news outside of TikTok is just ignoring it. So the three men you see behind me are named Ricky Johnson, David Harrington, and Clayton McGinney. And all three of them have two things in common. One of those things is this man, Jordan Willis, and the other thing is they were all found at Jordan Willis's house, no longer alive. You see, all three of these men went to their friend Jordan's house to watch the Kansas City Chiefs game, and then 3 days later, they were discovered still at Jordan's house, with all three of them no longer being alive. Now, if you thought that was weird, just wait, because it keeps getting weirder from here. Friends of the men allegedly called Jordan's house to try and get an answer and figure out where the men were, but nobody answered the phone. One of the friends' fiancés also apparently went to the house to knock and try and figure out where their fiancé was, but there was no answer, so the fiancé decided to break into the basement of the house and eventually discovered a body on the back porch of the house. Police were called shortly after this discovery, and they apparently discovered 2 more bodies in the backyard. And yes, it was these 3 men that were found deceased. Now, to make this even more wild, Jordan, who is still alive by the way, has not only not been charged with anything, but he's also apparently moving out of the house right now, as there was recently a U-Haul spotted in front of his house. According to police, there is no obvious signs of foul play, and investigators are still currently waiting for the medical examiner's report. Police are also apparently waiting on a search warrant so they can search Jordan's house. Now, according to the mother of David Harrington, who is one of the men that were found deceased, Jordan allegedly told the police that his friends froze and passed away, which is very odd for 3 people to just freeze outside of a house. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I'll be sure to update y'all and give more coverage to this story, since it seems like many news outlets are not wanting to cover it for whatever reason.